Hello, I am Marisha and welcome to my creative diary. I hope you're having a great day. Get your tree dies ready because we're about to create a card and matching lollipop favors. So let's get started. First, I'm going to do some hot foiling. So I brought in Spellbinders string lights, hot foil plates, and using the Prism foil, I'm going to cut it down. And then from there, I'm going to create my sandwich. My cardstock is from Fawn. This color is Cilantro. I'm now placing the foil sheet down, shiny side up, and then from there I'm going to position and place the plate. To make sure that the sandwich does not move and everything is secured, I'm going to tape everything together using my low tack mint tape. Then from there, I'm going to head on over to the platform. Once it's ready, I'm going to place my sandwich on the platform and then add my shim and plate. And then I'm going to press the timer button. Once the timer is done, I'm then going to run the platform through my die cutting machine, and now it's time for the reveal. And there you have it, Operation Hot Foil complete. Now I'm not going to discard this piece of foil. I'm going to save it for a future project. Next, I'm going to bring in scrapbook.com's nested tree die set. I'm going to select the die that I'm going to use for this project, and then I'm going to position it on the cardstock and then die cut it out 5 times. Using scrapbook.com's tall, skinny alphabet die set, I selected the letters that will spell the word Mary. Now, here is a tip, trick, hack, whatever you want to call it. On the back, I decided to add a piece of double-sided adhesive sheets. Now, every now and then, I have an issue with my metallic cardstock. I love metallic gold cardstock. What happens is, a lot of times when I'm adding adhesive glue, sometimes the glue smears, I get it on my fingers and it gets on the cardstock, and then it's just a mess and it's just hard for me to get it off. So to eliminate that problem, I decided to turn the sentiment or letters into a sticker. It helps me out like what I'm doing right here. I just peel off the back and I just adhere it to the cardstock. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't have to worry about any goo from glue or anything like that. So yeah, that's a little tip, trick, hack, whatever you want to call it. Now that I'm done adhering the letters to the trees, it is on to the next step. Using the largest die from Catherine Pooler's Stamp of Approval die set, I did die cut a piece of white cardstock. Then from there, I'm going to position the trees on the panel. And then from there, I'm going to adhere them to the panel. Now, some of the trees are going to be dimensional, so I'm going to layer the back with 3 sheets of cardstock. But you can feel free to use foam tape. As you see, this card can be easily mass produced for the holidays. It is super easy. As I've demonstrated, you're just cutting out your trees, your letters for your sentiment, adhere them to the panel, and then your card base, and then you're done. After I'm done adhering the panel to the card front, I'm then going to bring in Belle Rose bubblegum balls embellishments, and I'm going to adhere them to the trees on the card. And there you have it. This card is done. I told you, super easy. Now it's on to our next project. Now it's time to create some lollipop favors, so let's get started. First, I'm going to bring in the lollipop that I'm going to use for this project, and I'm going to bring in the tree die, and I'm using it for measurement purposes. Then after that, I'm going to die cut the trees, and I need to show you something. I honestly do not suggest lining up the trees like so and hole punching the base, because the holes will not be even. So I'm going to show you how I fixed it. I used some adhesive tape to adhere the base together, or the trunk of the tree. And as you see, the holes are not centered together. They're not even. So I'm going to bring back in my Crocodile and I'm going to punch the hole again. And as you'll see, I will have the perfect hole to place the lollipop stick through. While I was creating these favors, I thought this would be a fun project to create with friends, family, or even kids. You can have them decorate their own however they like. You can even create an advent calendar, maybe add the numbers to the front and different flavors of lollipops on the inside of the trees. Just so many ways that you can create this project. And right here, I'm just adhering the top two pieces of the tree together. Now this lollipop favor is technically done. You could stop right here, or you can take it another step further and add some ribbon to the lollipop stick. This ribbon is from Michaels, so I selected the ribbon I'm going to use for this favor, and then I'm going to cut it down and then just tie a nice little bow around the bottom. I could have stopped right here. I could have been done and walked away, but I decided to bring in some bell rose bubble sequins and adhere them to the tree. I promise, once I'm done adding the embellishments, I am done. This favor is complete. For the final project, I brought in two trees that were die cut off camera. I'm then going to bring in the Nested Circle Infinity die set from Hero Arts. I'm also going to bring in the Lollipop, and I'm going to select a circle die that I'm going to use for this project. Once the circle die has been selected, I'm then going to position and place it on the tree. And then from there, I'm going to bring in my mint tape and secure the die to both of the trees, because this is going to be a one and done cut. Then from there, I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. And there you have it, my peekaboo slot for my lollipop. I'm now basically going to repeat the same steps as I did with the first lollipop holder. I'm going to adhere the trunk base together. And then from there, I'm going to bring in my Crocodile and I'm going to hole punch the trunk base. I'm now going to place the lollipop in the holder, and then from there I'm going to adhere the top part of the tree together. Using the wafer thin nested tags die set from scrapbook.com, I did die cut my tag off camera. I'm then going to use the gifting and tag sentiment stamp set to stamp my sentiment on the tag. I'm going to ink up the sentiment, don't open till December 25th, and I'm going to stamp it twice just to make sure I have a good impression. After I die cut a hole in the tag, I then threaded some ribbon through the hole, and then from there I'm going to tie the ribbon around the lollipop stick. After I make a few adjustments to my bow, I'm then going to bring in my scissors and trim the edges of the ribbon. And there you have it. This lollipop favor is complete. I think this is my favorite one between the two. Let me know what you think below. Here's the second one that I created. And then here is the card. Thank you so much for joining me on today. I appreciate you so much for stopping by. The products that I used in this tutorial are listed and linked below. I thank you in advance for subscribing, clicking the thumbs up button, and the notification bell. Don't forget to check out my blog at thediaryofbellerose.com. I'm sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until next time, please take care.